So today I will present to you the Wordbee translated client portal, and we will see what is it, and we will also see the many benefits of this feature. So first I will do a brief PowerPoint presentation to present to you the many benefits of this solution, and in a second time I will do a demonstration of the feature. Okay, but first I'd like to say a few words about the Wordbee company. So at Wordbee, we develop and provide translation technologies such as Wordbee Translator, a translation management system meant to ease the management of your translation projects. This tool has an integrated translation interface for translators to connect and perform the jobs. We also developed Wordbee Box, which is a smart connector meant to easily have content management systems translated, like Adobe Experience Manager, WordPress, Sidecar, and many others. Our company is based in Luxembourg and was founded in 2008, and our clients are both public and private companies, as well as freelancers located all over the world. But let's now focus on our topic today, the client portal feature of the Wordbee Translator solution. So during this brief PowerPoint presentation, I will first explain what is the client portal, and then we'll see the benefits it can provide you with and how you can easily win new clients thanks to it. So let's start with the definition. What is the client portal? It is a dedicated space for your external or internal clients to use for requesting translations and monitoring the status of orders. And as part of this feature, each client is provided a login with a password to access the portal. So if I take the example of a translation agency, let's imagine I'm a project manager, I will simply have to create a login and password for my clients to access the client portal. And within the portal, clients are able to submit requests, get customizable order form. We'll see this later on during the demonstration. The clients are able to follow the status of requests, connect to retrieve translations. So we'll see that thanks to the client portal, clients don't have anymore to send documents via email. Okay, they are able to upload their documents and retrieve their translated documents directly through the client portal. The client can easily interact with you. Okay, imagine I am a translation agency. The client can use can connect to his dedicated space to interact with me regarding his projects, regarding his invoices. It can be different things, but it can easily interact with me via the portal. And this way the communication I have with the client is centralized in one place. Also, the client can provide instructions or ask questions via messages. Okay, this is part of the interaction as well. And finally, the client can be involved in his own projects. I'm pretty sure you've already met a client who wants to be involved in his projects. Maybe he wants to be able to perform revision jobs within his own projects. So this is possible thanks to the portal. Sorry, I went too fast. So here we just describe what the clients can do in the portal. But let's see now why you would make use of this feature by having a look at its benefits. So the first benefit concerns security. I'm sure you've already had a client requesting the translation of very sensitive documents, and sending these precious documents to you via email was not an option because of the lack of security. So thanks to the Wordbee client portal, your clients can upload their documents in a secured and encrypted environment, as it is a web-based application that uses secure socket layer technology to create an encrypted connection between you and your clients. Yes, this is really important, and besides, it allows your clients to upload large files that they could not have sent to you via email. The file size limit in an email is approximately 25 megabytes when it is of 200 megabytes in the portal, and will soon even extend that limitation. Another benefit, another great benefit, is the automation you can obtain thanks to the portal, as you can configure the order forms so that, let's take an example, so that when a client places a new order, the system automatically creates a project linked to this order. The project created will already contain the documents the client has uploaded. It will be automatically pre-translated from the past translations done for the client, and jobs will have been, again, automatically created according to the workflow of your choice. And we'll see this in more details during the demonstration. Let's go to the next benefit. So the client portal is fully customizable. So you can customize it with your own logo and colors so that the client, when he connects to it, it can immediately identify your company. And also you can fully customize the order forms you provide to your clients. So you decide of the fields to display in the orders. You also decide if they're mandatory or not, and we'll see this during the demonstration, but more than the customization of the order form, you can decide of what will be the actions after the order is submitted. If the Wordbee translator tool should automatically create a project, who should receive the jobs, what will be the workflow for the project, so you can customize all this. But again, we'll see this in more details in a few minutes. So we've talked about the benefits as a project manager, all the elements that the portal provides you to win more clients. But now, from your client's perspective, what are the advantages of the portal for them? Well, the portal allows your clients to place an order in a few clicks. It is really fast, and they can, if you decide to, they can immediately see how much the project will cost them before confirming. So they're able to see a preview of the cost. Okay, so this is something really important. You can be transparent with your clients and decide to automatically display a quote to them. Also, in the portal, the clients keep track and see the history of their orders and invoices. Okay, again, everything is centralized for them in their own space. I will connect later on as a client too, and I will show you where they can keep track of the history of their orders and invoices. Clients can validate or decide to return documents for translation in one click. It is something really interesting. I'm pretty sure you've already met a client and he's sent you, well, a first version of a document, and a week later he sends you another version of this document saying, okay, this is now the version to translate. So the client won't have to do this anymore via email. He'll be able, in the order he has placed, to upload the new version of his document directly. Okay. Also, the clients, they're alerted by email when their project is completed so that they can easily connect to their portal and retrieve their translated files. So the notifications are sent by the system automatically. Okay, so if after this presentation you've any questions regarding the client portal, please do not hesitate to contact us by writing us an email at sales@wordbee.com. So I guess we're now ready for the demonstration. So what I will do is that I will connect as a client. Okay, so let's take again the example of a translation agency who has clients. So there are known clients, so I can easily create logins for them. So now I'm connected as one of my clients as a translation agency. So this is the client portal. This is the dedicated space for my client. Okay, so you can see the client as a home page. This is his dashboard, where you can, oh, just a second. It seems that we have a display problem. Well, you should be able to see my screen now. So again, I'm connected as a client, so this is my dedicated space. I have my own home page, so this is my dashboard. I can organize it the way I want, but the idea is to be able to see the orders that I placed at one glance. Okay, so I placed 2 orders, I can immediately see them here. And I can easily place an order by clicking New Order. And here I see an order form that has been customized for me. Okay, so project managers can create customizable order forms for the clients. Okay, in which they can display multiple options. So here options are organized regarding the workflow steps. Okay, so I have one option that is translation plus revision plus DTP. But you can organize, for instance, your options by domain, like having one option that is legal translation, medical translation, technical translation, and so on. Okay, so you can have here as many options as you want. There is no limitation. So let's imagine that I want to do a translation. So I select here translation and just have to enter a name to my order. Let's type order 3. Here the project manager has configured the order form so that the deadline is not mandatory. It's of course a field that you can make mandatory. Again, it is really up to you to decide. Okay, and here in the order form configuration, you can decide of all the available source and target languages for the client. And you can even pre-select languages in advance. Here it is a client I know is always requesting translation from English into French. That is why here English and French have been pre-selected. Okay, and then I just have to upload a document to translate. Just one second. Okay, so I have a document. And I can easily drag and drop the document. Sorry, just one second. I'm sorry. I'm having problems with my mouse. I'm deeply sorry about that. So I'm going to select the document. Okay, so I now have the document. So you can decide of the number of documents that the client can upload here. Okay, the client can also upload if he wants reference material and leave you instructions here in this field. And then when he clicks next, here, as I explained earlier, you can configure things so that the client can preview the cost for his request. Okay, and he can have a preview of the word count. Okay, you can see that there were fuzzy matches, you can see the total number of characters, you can see all the pre-translations and the total number of words to translate, and you can see we'll have to pay this amount of money for this translation. If he needs to modify something, he can go back or he can confirm his order. Okay, and when he confirms, then as project manager, you receive the order on your Wordbee translator platform. Okay, so when clicking on orders, then the client can see all the orders he has placed. Okay, and he can follow the status of his orders. Here you can see that the order 1 is closed. It means that the client has already received the translations. Okay, there is another order that is in progress. So when an order is in progress, you can easily follow the work progress by clicking on this icon. Okay, and here you can see that there was a translation plus a revision tasks requested for the translation of this document and the translation is completed, but the revision task is in progress. It means that I should soon receive the translated file. Okay, when a translation is complete, when the client retrieves the translated files via the client portal, so it is the case for this order. It is closed, so it means that I have received the translated files. Okay, so you can see here I'm going to retrieve the translated files in the order itself. Here it was a translation from English into French, so I am able to retrieve the French translation here in the French folder. So as a client, I just have to double-click on the document to download it. So you see, it is really simple. We talked about interaction with the project manager. So you can see here an option, View Send Messages. So the client can easily make use of this function to exchange messages with the project manager. Like I said earlier, let's imagine that the client has placed a first version of a document and now is requesting to translate, well, the version 2. You can say, okay, I have version 2 of the document. I will send you version 2 of the document. Can you please translate this version? Okay, so you can send you this message and you will receive this message via email automatically. Okay, so when an order is completed, okay, here it was just one document that has been translated into French. The client has already downloaded the French translation. So here you can ask your client to give some ratings. Okay, so you can see it on the right side. So you can, for instance, decide to display an overall rating, okay, so that the client can give an overall rate for the whole project in general, or you can decide of what the client should rate. Okay, and here I've selected word quality, friendliness, and translation quality. So you can decide what the client can rate actually on the settings page of your Wordbee platform. And based on these ratings that you can obtain interesting statistics for you. Okay, so this is never mandatory to the client, but you can choose to display this rating section in order to obtain feedback from your client. Okay, so we also talked about the invoices. So the client portal allows your client to keep track of all their invoices. So they can keep track of all their invoices under the My Company tab, and then you see here invoices. So here they can see the status of the invoice. They can open the invoice. Okay, and they can also download the invoices from there. So you don't have anymore to send the invoices via email. Okay, clients can download their invoices directly from the client portal. So you see that thanks to this feature, you can save a lot of project management time. Okay, so now that I've shown you what the client can do, you can fastly place an order, interact with you, see and download their invoices as well as the translated files. I would like to show you the project management side. So what happens when a client places an order? Okay, so I will change the interface, and here I am connected as a project manager. Okay, this is a project manager interface. So I receive all my orders in the order section. Okay, so it is the order 3 that we just placed, connected as my client Jerry. So we can open the order. It contains all the information that the client has left. Okay, like the type of work to perform, the language pair, but also the document. the system has automatically created a quote for my client, so it has automatically calculated the cost for the client. Okay, because in advance I have chosen which prices should be used for that client. Okay, so this is configured in advance in the order form, but I will show you this in a few minutes. Okay, so here the system has automatically calculated the cost, so I can, as project manager, I can still modify the invoice created automatically. So I can edit it. Okay, I can edit the lines that you can see here by clicking the pen. Okay, I can change the quantity, the unit, etc. I can really change a lot of elements. And also, if I want, I can add a line and choose to display, to add a fee or a discount for the total amount. Okay, so so we have preset percentages, but you can even enter your own. So I want to apply a 5% discount on the total amount. Okay, and then you choose where it should appear in the invoice. Okay, so you're still able to modify the automatically created invoice before you decide to make it viewable to your client. Okay, I've modified the invoice, then I get back to the order, and then I can send the proposal. So send the invoice draft that I've created, that I've modified. Okay, and then the client can accept or not this proposal. Okay, so when the client will accept this proposal, I will be able to start the project. And you can see here a project tab linked to this order. And actually, I've configured things so that whenever client places an order via the client portal, Wordbee automatically creates a project that contains all the information that the client has left in the order. Okay, so again, the language pair, the document has been placed in the document, and it is ready for translation. Okay, I can see it because of the green mark and the star. So ready for translation means that the document has been segmented. It has been pre-translated from the past translations of the client, and I have decided in advance of a workflow to apply so that the system can automatically create jobs. So here it is a one-step workflow of translation, so the system was able to create the translation job from English into French, and I've decided in advance that it should be automatically sent to a group of suppliers. So it is a job opening, and the first translator who accepts the job gets it. So you see, you can have like here pretty much full automation. So you can of course only do this for the clients you know already. You know the workflows that they request the most. So you can have automation here. So it is everything I wanted to show you today. So if you have any questions, I will now open the question box. So do not hesitate to ask any questions you have. Okay, so how many client logins can we create? So when you have the client portal, you can create as many client logins as you want. There are no limitations. And like that, you can create an order form per client, for instance, so that whenever this client places a new order, his new documents are pre-translated from everything you have translated for him in the past. Okay, this is an example. So yeah, you can create as many logins as you want. No limitation. So I received another question. So what are all the elements that a client can rate? Okay, so I will show you. So in the settings page of the platform, you have a user rating section, and in here, client feedback, you can decide what the client can rate. Okay, you can just select overall if you want him to just leave an overall rating, or untick overall and decide that the client should rate the word quality, the friendliness, and the translation quality, for instance. So here you have the list of elements that you can select. So can you show us how to create a form for a client? Yes, I can briefly show you how to create a customizable order form. So it happens in the settings page of the platform. And when you have the client portal, you can see this section, client portal, and then new order form. Okay, and here you can create the order forms for your clients. So here you can see I've created one order form per client, one for my client Jerry, one for my client Atlas. So if we have a look at this order form, okay, so this is how it looks like. You can give a name to your order form configuration, and here you can create, again, as many options as you want. Okay, and for each option, you can decide, like here, if it should automatically create a project, what will be the workflow for the project. Should the project start automatically, or should we wait for the client to confirm the proposal? You can really customize a lot of elements. So what I will do in the well, tomorrow you'll receive the recording of this webinar. I will also provide you a link to our documentation where we explain how to configure customizable order forms, so that you can have a look at it. But this is where it happens, where you can customize orders for your clients. So usually the invoice can be downloaded by the client and can be edited. I assume that won't be possible. So now what I shown you, okay, so this is the process. There is no one single process, as you can really configure things the way you want, but what I've shown you is that the client can place an order, and you receive the order. The system has automatically created a quote for the client, but at this point you can decide that the client cannot see the quote unless you've had a look at it first. Okay, so then you can easily have a look at the quote, bring modifications to it, and then click the Submit Proposal button so that the client can see the quote. So this is how it can work if it's the process that you need. So I'm going to open again the question box. So can you show us how we can add the reviser to the workflow? So here we are in our order form configuration. Okay, and for this translation option, for instance, you can decide that it should automatically create a project whenever the client selects this option, and it should create a project, and it should follow a certain workflow, and you create the workflows yourself. And so you create what we call workflow templates. Okay, so this is the workflow template I created for that option. And in the workflow template, you can decide who should receive the translation job once it's created. Okay, so when you edit, you can decide automatically propose jobs to groups of suppliers, and you define yourself the groups of suppliers. Groups can even contain just one person in it, no problem. So if we, so you talked about a reviser, translation plus revision. Okay, and same thing, can decide in advance who should be the revisers, if you know in advance, of course. And if I told you that clients can be involved in their translation projects. So if they want to be able to revise the translations they requested, you can automatically assign them the revision job by clicking automatically assign to client company. This way the revision job will be assigned to the client. But then you just have to select a client and worker profile to your client when you create a login for them. So if it's too much information for you, do not hesitate to send me your questions after the session if it's not clear. Okay, do not hesitate, and I could clarify certain points, no problem. I'd be happy to do that. So again, do not hesitate to send me your questions via email. So thank you very much everyone for all your questions, for attending this session. And again, you'll receive the recording tomorrow as well as a link to our documentation where we explain, if you're interested in knowing more about the client portal, where we explain how to configure it. Thank you again everyone. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening or day. Bye-bye. Bye.